Chandler County Sheriff's Office. They're going to talk about Project Lifesaver. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. How are we doing today? Now that we've heard some of the warning signs of Alzheimer's, at the Sheriff's Office, we have a program. It's called Project Lifesaver. I'm going to show you a quick video on it. And if your loved one is diagnosed with disease, Alzheimer's, or dementia, this is something that if you still want to have home care, can help if they start to wander, if they get lost. It's a little transmitter device that can help us locate them and search them if need be. So what we're going to do is we're going to show a quick video, I believe. Can you turn the projector on? And then I'm going to show you a demonstration of how it works. And then we're going to make a Q&A. You guys can ask me questions, and we'll go from there, okay? She said it was working.
It is.
Okay, good.
It falls asleep.
That's just a quick introductory video. The way Project Lifesaver, for me, I've been doing it for 5 years. And we've had, thank goodness, the people who wear it, we're able to find them very quickly. The response time to finding the individual that has the bracelet on, 30 minutes to an hour, usually we find them. Some searches, I don't know if you read about the one recently, I believe Deputy Malk might talk about it. The gentleman back in Basie, it was overnight into the next day. Had he been wearing the Project Lifesaver bracelet, it could have been half an hour to an hour. Do you want to talk quick about that?
Well, I'll tell you a little story. Deputy Miller, you're going to notice, is going to be leaving the room. We're going to do a little demonstration for you about how Project Lifesaver works. In my pocket, I have the transmitter. Okay, if you notice the lady on the video, she had this on a wristband around her wrist, just like a watch. We could also put it around your ankle. Okay, so it's just a transmitter, looks just like a watch. So most people, it doesn't even bother, they don't know they're wearing it. He's going to take the equipment that they use to find a person, and he's going to step outside, and I'm going to hide the transmitter. And we're going to put him up to a little test here. Okay, but we're going to show you how it works and how effective it is. But the gentleman that went missing back in Basie just about a month ago, he had already been diagnosed with Alzheimer's, been about 5 years. His wonderful wife, Miss Betty, has been taking great care of him. They have a vacation home in Basie. She was coming for the purpose of selling the home because she didn't want to bring him to the woods anymore because he'd started to wander. So she got into the house, brought him inside. She went down into the basement just for a couple of seconds, called for him to come down, and she believes what he did, instead of hitting the basement door, he went out the front door. And what people with Alzheimer's will tend to do is walk and not stop. And Mr. Jim was a shuffler. This was how he walked. And he did that for 7 miles. It was about 2 in the afternoon when he left the home, and it was about 3 o'clock in the morning, the following morning, when we found him. Thank God. And he's great. He's returned to her. He's home. He's safe. And she lives in Fairfax, and we've helped her set up with Fairfax to be on Project Lifesaver. Okay? Because with this little system, that could have gone a lot quicker for him. Okay? So I'm going to hide it. And I haven't talked to anybody. Nobody knows. All right, we'll let Deputy Miller in. All right.
All right, here we go. Okay, so how this works is, it's almost like the old bear tracking system. Okay? We have the Yagi stick. The transmitter has its own specific frequency. And what we do is we plug it into the box here. And as I get close to it, you'll see me waving around looking for this transmitter, see where I can go and find it. It'll work underwater. I found them where They were in a creek and the transmitter was underwater, so we'll see if we can find it here in this room.
Will they be able to hear the signal?
We'll try and do so
Okay, if you listen, you may be able to hear the signal. Already. Hear it? Already he's picking something up.
If someone in here had that on, would it go to them too?
If it's with that, if it's going to go it may.
No, that's not.
You hear it? So her question was if someone was in here with one on, would we have maybe picked that signal up?
The only way I would have picked it up is if it had the same exact frequency. We tend, for instance, this specific transmitter has a frequency of 216.040.
You saw the officer call in her number?
Right.
That's what they're calling in.
They're calling in her frequency. The next person might have 216.520. And so it gets everyone a different frequency that way so that doesn't happen. We actually have several kids, this also works on autistic children as well. And so we usually end up putting it around their ankles so they don't play with it. But we have several in the elementary schools that are wearing this. They're all just different frequencies.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I think it's a good concept, but what's the frequency? I think 7 hours to find that man invasive.
He was
It's
not.
quite a lot.
He wasn't wearing this.
Oh, he
We're
would.
saying if he had been,
Oh, all right.
That's exactly.
So what, all
Just
right,
what
what's the
sound.
frequency for someone who, the distance?
The distance from the air
Because
is
a
about.
lot of people get in their cars and drive.
Yeah, that's one of the things, when we come out to the house, we ask you, do you drive? Do they still drive? Typically, most people that are diagnosed with Alzheimer's and dementia aren't driving anymore. And if they do get in the car,
Had, you know, it was just her and her husband living together, and where they found out that's what she actually had was when she drove and didn't remember how to get up, where she was born or how to get home. And she was right around the corner.
yeah, and typically what happens is, for those cases, there's actually one in Page County. The gentleman was wearing this. He did drive. They actually called out the helicopter, which has a 3 or 4 mile radius, and it can travel very fast, very quickly. And they were able to pick up the signal and then from the air and find it. On the ground, we have, I'd say about a 2 mile radius. Approximately, it depends on the mountain range.
Right.
But you know, if we know we're going to 630 Windsor Road, I put a transmitter on my vehicle, and as I'm driving, it's circling the whole area.
Okay.
We actually took this, and I'll tell you a quick story, and I know I've got to finish up. We took a quick, I did a training in Warren County, and they took this transmitter and hid it somewhere in Warren County. We had no idea what building. They took it to the airport, in the bathroom at the airport on top of the stall. We didn't even know where to go, so there was no address. There was 2 teams. We put the equipment, the antenna on the vehicle. We started driving around. About 45 minutes, we had found the signal and then walked right to it. And if you think about how many radio signals are going out of an airport, that was pretty impressive. All that metal and all the different things that were happening. So that really opened my eyes, being in an enclosed building like that.
You were talking about putting that around your wrist or your ankle. Do you attach it that it's a permanent attach that you can take showers and baths and things? Because if you take it off, then it
Yes, ma'am. It stays on monthly, and what we do is every month we come out. The batteries work for approximately 45 days, but we come out every 30 days to change the battery. And what goes on the wrist or the ankle is almost like what you get in the hospital. It's a little bit tougher. It's not the plastic. It's a little bit tougher. And some cut it off. We asked their loved ones to try to remove the scissors from the home. A lot of times when you put it on the ankle, though, they don't even think about it being there. And once, it only takes about a month or two, and then they get used to it, and they wear it in the shower. And the best part is, it's not GPS, so someplace in Fort Valley, the signal still goes up. Cedar Creek, the signal still goes up, which it's amazing. And our percentage rate, 100% success rate of finding with the transmitter. Yes, ma'am.
Is there a charge for this?
The sheriff's office does have a small charge for it. It's $20, and that covers the batteries and the bands. $20 a month, I'm sorry, $20 a month. And that covers the batteries and the bands, maintenance. Because the transmitter itself costs about $250. We don't charge you for that. We've gotten donations over the years, and that's,
Is this all Virginia?
this is all Shenandoah County.
Virginia?
This is all Shenandoah County. All the surrounding counties have it, and it's actually becoming nationwide. So if you go to Florida, you might be able to call the county in Florida you're going to, there's Orlando, and say, hey, I'm coming down here with my aunt or uncle or whoever, and they have our
But
card.
they have to know your frequency?
Yeah, you get a card. Any other questions? I'll stay in the back room. We got to wrap it up. They're ready for the next speaker. So thank you very much.
Thank you.